Take two.
Take two, but the first one was better.
All right. So I'm going to ask Eugenia first. So what did you notice or observe in yourself and in your body during the yoga session?
I found that this time around I was having a little bit more difficulty focusing and bringing myself to the present, maybe because of the setting or maybe because there wasn't enough time for me to sort of let go and be in the moment. So I found the last session I had enough time to get into the practice and get my body going.
Okay. And in what ways might the physical practice of yoga cultivate reflexivity and presence?
Well, I think in my role as the leader during the school day, you get a lineup of people coming into your office that want to talk to you about something, and it's really important to sort of honor their time and to be present and to actually listen to them with authenticity, because if I have a million other things running in my mind, I'm not really being true to them in that I'm caring about the conversation that they're having with me. So I think it brings me to a more human level, because I'm actually present with that person who has taken the time to come and see me. So I sort of have to let go of the notion that, you're just hurry up and tell me what you want and I'll fix it and just go, so that I can get to what I want, what I need to do for today. So it's balancing that presence with that person that I think builds more dignified relationships with the people we work with. Okay, your turn. What did you notice, observe in yourself and your body during the yoga session?
So I found today's session to be a little bit easier, I think, because of using a standing pose versus a sitting pose. As I was saying to Sarah, I had written about my stressful experience as my back injury, which is degenerative discs and plate fractures, when I was 15, so about 10 years ago. And I think her questions were so effective that it just kind of brought me back to that place of physical and emotional pain. So I found it really hard to be present in the yoga session the first time in particular, I think because it was a little bit more intense and longer in duration. So I think it's, for me, like practicing that, like letting go of that pain and finding ways to cope in order to be present and focused on the breath rather than the limitations that I have because of this injury. Okay.
So, good. So in what ways might the physical practice of yoga cultivate reflexivity and presence?
So I think for me, it kind of made me reflect on the fact that I still deal with this challenge on a fairly frequent basis. That oh my gosh, I don't even remember what else I said. What
about the soccer?
Oh yeah, and that I'm limited because of what I was diagnosed with, and I have this idea in my head that I can do things, and then I try them and I realize that I can't. So when I came to UVic, I thought I would sign up for the soccer team because I used to love playing team sports when I could, and realized after one game that I just am not physically capable of that. So I think it's finding ways, which I have found, in order to be physically active and go through that critically reflexive process in other ways through walking or cycling or other activities.
Right.
But it's definitely a struggle in terms of finding a way to embrace what I can do versus focusing on what I can't do.
That's right. And so do you think yoga practice is sort of meant to let people find their own place with their own body? I remember Sarah talking at the beginning of the first session, and she used a term for it, but just honoring your body and honoring what it can do, and not feeling that it needs to go somewhere where it doesn't want to.
Yeah, I think just as you said, being open to participating in these types of activities that I want to be able to do, and just focusing on how can I modify them in order to have that same critically reflexive process that's a little more positive than focusing on, again, like the limitations.
Perfect. Okay, I think we got it this time.